And he says, let me tell you this. This topic is relevant, Makhachev said. I think it was to RT Sports. I like to compete. I like to fight strong fighters. I love big fights. Whoever is a welterweight champion, it's going to be a huge fight. I'm very interested. But in 2023, there are worthy opponents in my division with whom I still have to meet.
Broadcasting live from an undisclosed location. This is The Community MMA with your host, Chris Cross.
Let's go, baby! Let's go, baby!
Everybody's upset.
Boom!
Everybody's upset.
Boom! 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 Boom!
What up, what up? This your boy Chris Cross checking in. This is The Community MMA. And we're back with another one. Big night last night. Derek Lewis versus Sergey Spivak. All types of hype coming into this fight. And just as I told you, Derek Lewis fell. Now, I have to admit, going into the fight, looking at Derek Lewis, the focus, I was a little bit nervous. I thought the win streak was coming to an end. But Sergey Spivak took him down and just controlled the ground. Takedown after takedown, 5 takedowns. In the first round, ended up getting the finish. So Derek Lewis is in a world of trouble now, heavyweight division, right? He was number 7, Spivak number 12. So he'll drop to 9 or 10. Spivak will probably jump to 7 or 8. And this guy will be in the top 10. So big night of fighting last night. We're going to get into UFC 284 as well. Islam Makhachev. Got a lot to talk about in that. But let's just recap last night. Wee hours at a night. It was a late event. And then we'll get into 284. So this thing kicks off at 10 p.m. Eastern. It was supposed to be in Japan, I believe. So the times were different. Dana White saying this won't be a regular. It's just too late. Thank goodness. But started at 10, and you'll see as these videos go on, I was tired. I even fell asleep in the main event in the main card a few times and woke back up. So you're going to see me get more and more tired throughout these videos, but that's all right. First fight of the night was a big one for me. Tatsuro Taira coming in 12-0. We need him to win and get the thing kicked off in the right way, and this is how it went down. Ooh, now it's Taira flipping positions. Okay, so he made it through here after a tough first 4 minutes, and now he's got the triangle locked. It looks like. Okay, now Aguilar's going to get out of it. And a lot of grappling going on down here. Ooh, the armbar's there. Oh, the armbar's there. He got it. He got it. Finish it. It's over. Tatsuro Taira. Yeah, baby. We're kicking this thing off with a win here. As Taira gets the submission finish, we're going to be 1-0 on the night. That's 13-0 for him. And this guy's a rising fighter. I mean, yeah, so 1-0 to begin the night. Things are looking good. Now it's getting worth it, right? We're going to stay up late till like 3:30 in the morning at the end of the night. And at least we're starting it off in the right way. And it would continue. Getting the first 5 fights right. And then the struggles would begin. But as we roll into the prelim main event, this is the beginning of the struggles. We had Sergey winning, but we were left shocked. And Jubli in top position now. And looking good here. Late in the second round. And now, ooh, Sergey in a little bit of trouble. Rolls to his stomach. Ooh, that's going to be it. Jubli gets pulled off. He gets to win here. And shuts down Jika Sergey. So, Anshul Jubli, learn the name. Learn the name. I was wrong on this one. Sergey getting a lot of hype coming in. And that hype gets quieted real quick. Yes, you can already see me getting real monotone, right? I'm getting tired. It's 1 in the morning and we got 5 fights to go. So that's the type of card this was. In the final 5 fights, we had 2 finishes. The first one was via Adam Fugit, who we did not have predicted to win. So now we lose 2 in a row. Now Kina Sheetan in a defensive position. And then Fugic jumps back on the back. And will take down Kinoshita. Drops a hammer fist. Now he's really trying to work the back here. He's trying to get to the back. He does. And Kinoshita's not ready for it. Now Kinoshita rolled to his back. That helps. Oh. Oh, and some big elbows here. Some big elbows, and that's it. Adam Fugic with a strong finish here. Just in the full mount, dropping some elbows, and it really happened quick. In about 4 or 5 second time span, he gets the full mount, locks that in, and then boom. Yeah, so Fugic gets the win. And again, apologies. It's 3 in the morning, so 2 in the morning. So I'm fading quick. I think that was the point I fell asleep and woke back up. And then realized I was a fight behind because Ty Burr got the decision win. We'll take that. And Devin Clark got the win. We lost on that one. So now we're heading into the final fight. We're 6-3, right? 6-3-1. So we're either going to be 6-4-1 or 7-3-1. That's a big difference. And luckily for us, Spivak got the job done in the main event. And he's just doing whatever he wants with Derek Lewis here early on in this fight. Derek Lewis gets up, he gets taken down again. He gets up, right back down. 5 takedowns already for Spivak here, under 3 minutes in the fight. Now Derek Lewis covering up, he gets rolled again. Oh! Submission attempt here for Spivak. And Derek Lewis taps! Derek Lewis taps. And you could just see his face, like he didn't want to, but he had to. And the end is near for Derek Lewis.
Boom!
But clearly the biggest win of Sergey Spivak's career that's going to catapult him
Everybody's upset.
from probably 12 to 7 or 8.
Upset.
And Derek Lewis almost has that look of embarrassment on his face. Can't believe it. Yeah, so Derek Lewis went down, and this is a big one because now you're not talking about top 5 fighters or even top 10. You're talking about number 12, Sergey Spivak, who after I made the decision, I was a little bit nervous about it, but he definitely came through last night. He definitely came through. And that's the way that UFC Vegas 68 rounded out. Fights finishing at like 3:30 in the morning. And Dana White, thank goodness, says this won't be a regular occurrence. It's just too late. And he looked tired during the press conference. And he talked about a lot of other things, which we'll get into in a moment. But great night of fighting last night. We finished 7-3-1. So 7 wins and 11 fights. We'll take it. And that stretches us out in the win column to 25-11-1 to start the year. And we're 3-0 in the main event. So heck of a way to start the year. Last year we went on a 10-fight win streak early in the year. We got to 16-2. Again, I'm not promising that's going to happen this year because that's very hard to repeat. But the bottom line is we're kicking things off in the right way. And we'll take it. I mean, we will absolutely take it starting out 25-11-1 and 3-0 in the main event. Now, as we switch gears to UFC 284, Islam Makhachev, big in the news. And to me, he's blasting the entire lightweight division. He's blasting Alexander Volkanovski because he's already beginning to look past this fight, answering a question, would he move up to the welterweight division? And he says, let me tell you this. This topic is relevant, Makhachev said. I think it was to RT Sports. I like to compete. I like to fight strong fighters. I love big fights. Whoever is a welterweight champion, it's going to be a huge fight. I'm very interested. But in 2023, there are worthy opponents in my division with whom I still have to meet. So in 2023, he's staying low key, right? Fighting in the lightweight division. His goal is to beat Volkanovski, and then he'll have a big fight against someone next. And then if he keeps winning, the welterweight division could be calling Makhachev, and that's a serious jump. That's not featherweight to lightweight, 10 pounds. This is 15 pounds, 155 to 170. So, that's going to be a big jump for him should he choose to accept it. And I think if he keeps winning, what does he have to lose? This is something that Khabib never did, right? Leaving when he did, not getting a chance to ever move up. Why would he want to? He was undefeated. Makhachev does have that one loss on his resume, even though it's very, very questionable stoppage at the time, but he does have that loss. So I think he's got nothing to lose by going up, and I think that's what we're going to see in time. Make no mistake about it. Now, since we're on fight week, pay-per-view week, another late week, let's get into the Islam Makhachev versus Alexander Volkanovski full fight prediction. In the lightweight division, for the lightweight division title at UFC 284, you got Islam Makhachev, the reigning champion, coming in at 23-1, taking on Alexander Volkanovski, the number one pound-for-pound guy. Comes in at 25-1, is moving up from featherweight, still the champion, trying to win the lightweight title. He'd be the first to hold them simultaneously since Conor McGregor, and only the second ever. So let's get to it. Now, Volkanovski is going to be obviously shorter, 4 inches shorter than Islam Makhachev, but he does have a 1 inch reach advantage. Volkanovski fights right-handed. Makhachev fights southpaw. In terms of significant strikes per minute, Volkanovski has a big edge, as most fighters do over Makhachev, 6.8 to 2.4 in terms of significant strikes per minute. It's almost 3 times as much, right? Volkanovski takedown defense, 73%. That's going to help him. Potentially, we know Makhachev's takedown defense, 88%. So 2 guys that can defend the takedowns really well, but no one's been able to prove that they can stop the takedowns coming from Islam Makhachev. He's coming off the win over Charles Oliveira, right? Took the belt. Arm triangle submission. Before that, he beat Bobby Green easily by knockout. And he beat Dan Hooker by submission. But the big one was Charles Oliveira that answered all of our questions, and we know he's the real deal. Now, Volkanovski beats everybody. He's beat Max Holloway like 3 times. 199 significant strikes in the last fight, defended all potential takedowns, although Holloway is a striker. He beat Chan Sung Jung by knockout. Brian Ortega, decision. He's basically beat everybody, has defended the featherweight belt over and over and over. He's got nowhere to go but up the lightweight. And getting this title shot against Makhachev is not one he's going to be able to pass up. He doesn't have to run through the gauntlet. He goes right to the title fight. But I'm here to tell you it's not going to matter. Islam Makhachev, right, number 2 on our dude list, should easily defend the belt here. It might take a little longer. I think Volkanovski may defend some takedown positions or may be able to battle on the ground in the first and second round, but much like Oliveira, he'll quickly weaken. He might have a little speed edge initially as well. But at the end of the day, it's very difficult to go up to this division from featherweight to lightweight and win. And therefore, I like Islam Makhachev to easily win this fight, likely by submission. I'm going to say 3rd round in this one. He gets the job done. He moves to 24-1 here in the lightweight division for the lightweight title at UFC 284. Yeah, so there's no doubt this is going to be a big fight. We're banking on Makhachev winning. That gives us a 4-0 start. Right, we got 14 fights to break down, about 5 or 6 of them done already. And we want to continue to stretch out this 25-11-1 record. We want to move the main event to 4-0. That's what we're looking at this week. And, you hope Islam Makhachev is not looking past Volkanovski. That's what you hope. I mean, forget talking about welterweight right now. You got the number 1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world coming up to fight you. And that's the first order of business. I mean, Volkanovski is no slouch. I mean, he's going to be much shorter, right? He's definitely going to pack on the weight, so he's going to be short and stocky. But Islam Makhachev still has that takedown ability. Will it be tougher with a shorter opponent? I say yes, but I still think Makhachev is going to control this fight from the beginning. But Volkanovski, at least in the featherweight division, has been very good at takedown defense, keeping the fight standing, and outstriking his opponents. Even a guy with a high activity level in Max Holloway, beating him, 3 times? And Max Holloway's a guy that against like Calvin Kattar landed over 400 significant strikes. So if Volkanovski could defend the takedowns, which again, and he's practicing every possible position, and it's a big if he could defend the takedowns, he's got a real shot here. He's in front of the home crowd in Perth, Australia. And he's much more active on the feet than Makhachev. So it's going to be defending the takedowns. It's going to be maybe 1 or 2 rounds where he can afford to get taken down and controlled for most of the round, and if he can win the other 3 and keep it standing, he's got a real shot to win this fight. I'm just telling y'all. But when it comes to Makhachev, we all believe that he's just going to go in there and land the takedowns and do what he does. But I'm just pre-warning you that if Volkanovski can keep this fight standing, he's got a real shot to win. No doubt about it. He's got a real shot to pull this fight off. But I'm hoping and praying, if you will, that Islam Makhachev can get the job done, because that's our prediction. And we want the prediction to continue turning over the way we want to see him turn over, and that's by us continuing to be correct. But we'll have to wait and see how this thing turns out. Now, in other news, Conor McGregor and Michael Chandler, I'm sure you heard this by now, and it's still breaking news, but they'll serve as tough coaches for season 31, the first one that will be on ESPN. So you think about that. It's going to be live and direct on ESPN, and why not get Conor McGregor and Michael Chandler, 2 guys that can talk trash with the best of them, which is really what people want to see. But you get the 2 best possible coaches you can ask for in this situation, and 2 guys are going to fight after the fact. 2 high-level strikers, action-packed fight, more than likely at the welterweight division. If this fight's a lightweight fight, Michael Chandler probably wins. If it's a welterweight, McGregor's got a real good possibility of winning. So it really comes down to the weight class. And if I'm McGregor, I'm holding firm to what Chandler said, that he wants to come and fight McGregor at his toughest, and that will be a welterweight fight. Or even if they agree at 165, something like that. But, I think the UFC wants this to be a legitimate fight in a weight class, so I'm thinking a welterweight is the likely scenario. Now, as we get into the Q&A, Jose Cavazzo says, you don't realize Colby is playing, he can destroy Jorge in court. He can take a fight or say anything about fighting whatsoever until the case is over. If Colby wins the case, then obviously he's getting back in the octagon. And you got some guys replying, yeah, but the case could keep going for a long time, waste his career. Typical. With all this BS, poor Bilal, going to get Shavkat in the summer. Yeah, nobody wants Shavkat right now, even Bilal. Vlad Galo, this is the right MMA channel. ESPN needs you. Man, that'd be a big jump, huh? If I just went from this basic YouTube channel to, bam, ESPN, I'll take it. So I'm going to agree with you on that. I'll take it. Arsh Gill and Shul Jubilee won this fight. Yes, we were wrong on that prediction. He sure did win that fight. No question about it. Centurion Maine. Amen. I don't think Islam is getting beaten by anyone for a while. And I would agree with you. YouTube Connolly family says we need Colby back. And we do. But I tend to agree with the court situation. Karen Varma, we will be supporting Jubilee since he is Indian, but both have talents. Jubilee is a superior wrestler and most likely has better cardio. While Jika has usually scary KO power for lightweight, the only one seems to do that is Conor. Jika will be a show stealer, and Indonesians, even though smaller, are a richer market. Jika might win and could be championship material because KO power changes things rapidly. But the problem is Jubilee won this fight. And I get everything you're saying, but Jubilee came to show out. Deanne, Chris Tognoni is a terrible referee. And the referee's been getting banged up lately. Anshul is the future of Indian MMA. UFC India is here. Let's go. Sumaya 226 is back. Anshul Jubilee versus Paddy Pimblett next. Now you're talking. Now you're piquing my interest. I would love to see that fight. Right? Paddy Pimblett against anybody is a must-see. For real, for real. But listen, we've done enough talking today. We got a lot to talk about. We had Laura Sanko making the debut last night. We got to get into that in the future.
A feminist.
You know what they say when I start talking about women in MMA.
A feminist.
Yeah, but it's all good. Listen, until next time, it's your boy Chris Cross. I hope you have a great day. God bless. Peace.